Your quiz is on sections 1.6 and 1.7. Everything that's on your review, you're going to see on your quiz. Your quiz is 10 questions. So, like, pick 10 questions out of your review, and that most likely is what you're going to see on your quiz. There are 2 questions that ask you to find the inverse, one that asks you to see if the 2 functions that are given to you are inverses of one another, and then the rest of them are like your first 2 sections of your review, where you're using different functions to find like f plus g of x, f minus g of x, f times g of x, plugging things in for f plus g, that kind of stuff. So your first section, you are going to use f of x is equal to 4x minus 9 and g of x is equal to 2x squared minus 5x. For number 1, you're finding f plus g of x. So this just means take f of x and add it with g of x. So we're going to have your 4x minus 9 added with your 2x squared minus 5x. You're just going to combine like terms here, making sure your answer is in standard form. So this is going to give you 2x squared. Your 4x and your minus 5x combine to give you negative x, and your negative 9 drops down. For number 2, you're finding g minus f of x. So be careful with the way this is written or given to you. You're taking g of x and you're subtracting f of x from it. So that's going to give us 2x squared minus 5x minus 4x minus 9. Notice I put parentheses around the 4x minus 9 because that negative that's in front of it is going to have to distribute in. So it's going to give you 2x squared minus 5x minus 4x plus 9. Combine your like terms, which is the negative 5x and the negative 4x, to get 2x squared minus 9x plus 9. For number 3, you're still using the same f of x and g of x, but you're doing f times g of x. So again, this is just f of x times g of x. So that's going to be your 4x minus 9 times 2x squared minus 5x. You're going to FOIL this out. So your 4x times 2x squared is 8x cubed. Your 4x times negative 5x is negative 20x squared. Negative 9 times 2x squared is negative 18x squared. And negative 9 times negative 5x is a positive 45x. Combine your like terms if you have any. Your x squared terms combine to leave you with 8x cubed minus 38x squared plus 45x. For number 4, you're finding f plus g of negative 3. So you're going to plug the negative 3 in for x from when you did f of x plus g of x. We said f of x plus g of x equals your 2x squared minus x minus 9. So if you add in or you plug in that negative 3 for x, anywhere you see the x, this is going to give you 2 times negative 3 squared minus negative 3 minus 9. You're just going to use your order of operations in order to simplify. So you'll do that negative 3 squared first to get 2 times 9 minus negative 3 minus 9. This then simplifies to give you 18 plus 3 minus 9. Your 18 plus 3 is 21 minus 9 gives us 12. Oops. For number 5, we're finding f times g of 2x squared. We said f times g of x, let's do it this way, f times g of x is the 8x cubed minus 38x squared plus 45x. We're going to replace our x with the 2x squared. So this is going to give us 8 times 2x squared raised to the third power minus 38 times 2x squared to the second power plus 45 times 2x squared. So we're just going to simplify this. Your 2x squared to the third power gives us 8 times 8x to the sixth power minus 38 times 2x squared raised to the second power is 4x to the fourth power. And then you have that 45 times 2x squared. We're going to multiply from here. So your 8 times 8 is 64. Keep the x to the sixth. You're going to do your negative 38 times a positive 4. Your 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. So it's negative 152x to the fourth power. Then you have 45 times 2x squared, which is 90x squared. For number 6, we're finding f minus g of x minus 2. If you remember, we did f minus g, and we got, or no, we did g minus f, I think. So we're going to do f minus g first. And that's going to give us 4x minus 9 minus 2x squared minus 5x. So that's 4x minus 9 minus 2x squared plus 5x. So that's going to give us f minus g of x equaling negative 2x squared plus 9x minus 9. We're going to take the x minus 2 and plug it in anywhere we see the x now and simplify. So that's going to be negative 2 times x minus 2 squared plus 9 times x minus 2 minus 9. Your x minus 2 squared is going to become x minus 2 times x minus 2. And you need to FOIL that out. So this is going to give us negative 2 times x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus 9 times x minus 2 minus 9. Distribute your negative 2 in, and also distribute your 9 in to get negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 8 plus 9x minus 18 minus 9. You're going to combine your like terms here to get negative 2x squared plus 17x. Your negative 18 and your negative 9 give you negative 27 minus 8 is going to give you 35, negative 35, sorry. Your next section, you are going to work with 3x squared minus 9x for f of x and 5x minus 3 for g of x. For number 7, you're finding f of g of x. So you're going to take your g of x and plug it in for x and f of x. So you're finding f of, oh my goodness, why is it so thick? You are finding f of 5x minus 3. So that means you are going to plug in your 5x minus 3 for x in f of x. So you're going to have 3 times 5x minus 3 squared minus 9 times 5x minus 3. Your 5x minus 3 squared, rewrite it to where you have 5x minus 3 times 5x minus 3. You are going to FOIL that out So you're going to have 3 times 25x squared minus 30x plus 9 minus 9 times 5x minus 3. You're going to distribute your 3 and your negative 9 from here. So that's 75x squared minus 90x plus 27 minus 45x plus 27. You are now going to combine your like terms. Drop down your 75x squared. You have negative 90x minus 45x, which is negative 135x. Then 27 plus 27, which gives us 54. So it's 75x squared minus 135x plus 54. For number 8, you're finding g of f of x. So that means you're taking f of x, which is the 3x squared minus 9x, and plugging it in for x in g of x. So that's going to give us 5 times 3x squared minus 9x minus 3. Distribute your 5 in. So 5 times 3x squared is 15x squared. 5 times negative 9x is negative 45x. And drop down that minus 3. So you have 15x squared minus 45x minus 3. For 9, you're finding f of g of negative 1/5. So you're going to take that negative 1/5, plug it in for x in g of x first. Figure that out. Then take whatever that is equal to and plug it in for x in f of x. So we're first going to find g of negative 1/5. So that's going to give us 5 times negative 1/5 minus 3. Your 5 times negative 1/5 is negative 1 minus 3 gives us negative 4. So if g of negative 1/5 is negative 4, we are now going to find f of negative 4. So that's going to give us 3 times negative 4 squared minus 9 times negative 4. Your negative 4 squared is 16. Your 3 times 16 is going to give you 48. Your negative 9 times negative 4 is positive 36. You will add these. Your 6 and 8 is 14. 4, 3, and 1 is 8. So you have 84 as your answer. For number 10, you're finding g of f of x plus 1. We said f of x was 3x squared minus 9x. So we're going to find your f of x plus 1 first by plugging that in. So it's going to be 3 times x plus 1 squared minus 9 times x plus 1. Your x plus 1 squared is going to be rewritten as 3 times x plus 1 times x plus 1 minus 9 times x plus 1. So this is going to FOIL out to give you 3 times x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 9 times x plus 1. Distribute your 3 and your negative 9 to get 3x squared plus 6x plus 3 minus 9x minus 9. Combine your like terms, and you have f of x plus 1 equaling 3x squared minus 3x minus 6. You're going to now take this and find g of that. So g of 3x squared minus 3x minus 6. We said g of x is 5x minus 3. So that's 5 times 3x squared minus 3x minus 6 minus 3. Distribute your 5 in. That gives you 15x squared minus 15x minus 30 minus 3. Combine your like terms, and you have 15x squared minus 15x minus 33 for your answer. For numbers 11 and 12, you're finding the inverse of the following. So you are going to change out the f of x to be y. You're going to switch your x and your y. You're going to resolve for y and write these as f to the negative 1 of x. For number 11, you're given f of x is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. Oh, and we have 13. So we're going to change your f of x to be y is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. You're going to switch your x and your y to give yourself x is equal to 1/3 y minus 2. And now you're going to get y by itself. So we're going to add your 2 over. That gives us 1/3 y is equal to x plus 2. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal of that 3 to get the 1/3 out of the, or away from the y, to just have y is equal to 3x plus 6. You cannot leave it this way. You have to write your answer as f to the negative 1 of x is equal to 3x plus 6. For number 12, we're given f of x is equal to 7x plus 12. We're going to change the f of x to be y. Then we're going to switch our x and our y. So we have x is equal to 7y plus 12. You're going to solve this for y, so we're first going to subtract the 12 over. This will leave us with 7y is equal to x minus 12. You're going to divide each side by the 7, so every term gets divided by that 7. And you're left with y is equal to 1 over 7x minus 12 over 7. You cannot leave it this way. You have to give f to the negative 1 of x is equal to 1/7 x minus 12 over 7. For 13, you have f of x is equal to 9x minus 1/2. This is the same thing as saying y is equal to 9x minus 1/2. If you switch your x and your y, you have x is equal to 9y minus 1/2. I don't want to work with my fractions, so I'm going to multiply everything by my denominator, which is 2. So that's going to give us 2x is equal to 18y minus 1. I'm now going to solve this for y. So I'm going to add the 1 over to start to get 18y is equal to 2x plus 1. I then divide each side by the 18, which means every term gets divided by the 18, and I'm left with y is equal to 1 over 9x plus 1 over 18. This gets written as f to the negative 1 of x is equal to 1 over 9x plus 1 over 18. For your last two questions, you're stating if the given functions are inverses of one another. For number 14, you have f of x is equal to 3x minus 4, and g of x is equal to 1/3 x plus 4/3. We're going to do this whole method as pick a number, plug it in, simplify. Take that, then plug it in for g of x, see if you get the number that you plugged in for f of x. So if we pick a number, let's say it's 2, and we plug it in for x and f of x, we're going to have 3 times 2 minus 4. That's 6 minus 4, which gives us f of 2 equaling 2. We're going to take that and then plug it in for x and g of x to get 1/3 times 2 plus 4/3. This then simplifies to give us 2/3 plus 4/3, which is 6 over 3, giving us that g of 2 is also 2. This was 2 that we plugged in, not x. So this should have been 2. Your 2's are exactly, or your 2 is what you plugged in for x and f of x. So these two are inverses. If you didn't pick 2 and you picked a different number like 3, you have gotten 3 times 3, which is 9, minus 4 is 5. You take that 5 from f of x, or f of 3, and you plug it in for x and g of x. So it would be 1/3 times 5, which is 5/3, plus 4/3. That's 9/3, which is 3. 3 is the same number you plugged in for x and f of x. So you would have gotten the same exact solution, or same exact result for these, and they would have been inverses either way. For your last question, number 15, you're given f of x is equal to negative 4x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 4x minus 1/4. we're going to find f of 2. So that's going to be negative 4 times 2 plus 1, which is negative 8 plus 1, giving us that f of 2 is negative 7. We're going to take that negative 7 and we're going to plug it in for x and g of x to get 4 times negative 7 minus 1/4. This gives us negative 28 minus 1/4. Your negative 28 minus 1/4 has to turn into a fraction with 4 in the denominator. So we're going to multiply 4 by 28. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. So that's negative 112 over 4 minus 1 over 4. Giving us g of negative 7 equals negative 113 over 4. This negative 113 is not 2, so these two are not inverses of one another. Remember, with these types of questions, you can also use the method where you are finding f of g of x and g of f of x, and if they are the exact same thing, once you simplify, they're inverses. You could also take the first function, that f of x that's given to you, and actually use what you did for 11, 12, and 13, where you found the inverse of that function to see if it's g of x. If it is, then you have inverses. If not, they're not inverses.